There's a lot more to observing Yom Kippur than what we traditionally or habitually have been experiencing. This Barry Phelps, a 10-minute tour, day one, focuses on Yom Kippur as this approaching Shabbat. We will be observing the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur, or Yom HaKippurim. If we go to Leviticus, Vayikra, chapter 16, verse 1 and following says, "And Yahweh spoke to Moshe after the death of the two sons of Aaron as they drew near before Yahweh and died. And Yahweh said to Moshe, Speak to Aaron your brother not to come in at all times to the set-apart place inside the veil before the lid of atonement which is on the ark, lest he die, because I appear in the cloud above the lid of atonement. With this, Aaron should come into the set-apart place with the blood of a young bull as a sin offering, of a ram as an ascending offering." And then he continues to show the protocols of going into the most set-apart place. This is permitted one time a year. This is the Day of Atonement, Yom Kippurim, or Yom Kippur. And Yah says there are specific protocols I want you to follow. If we are only observing Yom Kippur as a day to fast, not eating food, then we will spend the day thinking about how empty our stomachs are and dealing with a mindset that would suggest that, well, we have to suffer with hunger because we've been so bad this year. As if somehow some stomach pains are enough to atone for whatever failures to keep his Torah might have been during the year. Missing a few meals is not enough, and is not the point of the whole process. If that's all we're thinking about, especially among our young, well, it's just a day we don't eat. No, it's not a day that we don't eat. It is a day where we remind ourselves of the set-apartness of the Shekinah, the manifested glory and light of the Most High. So we start this process in chapter 16 by being reminded that Nadav and Abihu, the two sons of Aaron, became zealous, shall we say, for the presence of the Most High. If you read the rabbinical commentaries, it is suggested that they were a set-apart offering in and of themselves to enter into the ecstasy of the Most High. Anyone who has tasted at any level, any serious level of the presence of Yah will tell you that it is a life-changing, at least for a season, a life-changing experience. I personally had some moments where I just shuddered before him, and unmistakably it was him. It was just a unique, almost unrelatable encounter where you experience, not just hear his voice and not just feel some goosebumps or something, but you experience him. Breathtaking, overwhelming. As I said, it can be life-changing. The problem with, I almost said the problem with the presence, the problem of us processing his presence is that we become, I'm struggling for words here. Sometimes we get adjusted to, sometimes we become anticipating of a repeat performance, as if Yah has performed for us. We forget the moments of our personal desperations and a full abandonment of ourselves to grasp for him. It's not as though Yah is not able to be experienced more often. But he is not a sideshow. And this is not about entertainment. And this is not a thrill ride for us. And unfortunately, he has been marketed as such. Come experience the glory of the Most High. Come for the revival experience and step into the river. And on we go with our descriptives. And we're inviting the crowds to come. And they come and they're wading through the music, and they're wading through the waiting, and they're wading through the preambles and the word that is spoken. And okay, if it hasn't happened by now, well, the guys up front, they're going to lay hands on us, and we're going to ultimately experience what we came for. And that has been called revival. There have been those that were hungry enough to get through all of that and actually get somewhere with Yah. That has been my case in the time of the past. But there are also those moments where you're just alone and desperate and broken and hurting enough that you lay all that you are down to the side and you just start pursuing him. And this is not a 30-second prayer where you just suddenly find yourself overwhelmed by him, but rather it is a process of seeking him. If things are handed to us easily and on a platter, and all we have to do is just reach out and grab onto it, we forget the cost, the price, and the preciousness of what we have obtained. But when we have gone through a process of denying self and battling down the flesh and promoting the yearning and craving of the Spirit for more of him and to know him and to taste and see that he is good, there comes a point, it's as if we say, I'm not looking for a feeling anymore. I'm not looking for an intellectual download from you anymore. I just want to embrace you. And ever how you choose to manifest or choose not to manifest yourself to me, I am just wanting to be consumed by the pursuit of you. Therein lies a key for us. Nadav and Abihu, they presumptuously entered in the splendor of the moment, thinking that they had somehow been given an open door and a permittedness, if there's such a word, that they had not obtained. And Yah instantly said, you have crossed my set-apart boundaries without my invitation, and they died instantly. This was not to say so much that Yah was angry. This is to say he is set apart. There's a difference. There are those among the peoples, there are nations among the nations that they have transgressed to such a level that the mercy of Yah is withdrawn and the wrath and judgment of Yah is poured out instead. That's one thing, and we can see it and know it. But it is when we have failed to discern his set-apartness that we see him act instantly and decisively. And people stand back and say, I'm overwhelmed by the holy here. Yah gets our attention. He demands that his boundaries be observed. So Yom Kippur, this coming Shabbat, as you are laying aside the foods and you are dealing with your stuff and you are processing your stuff, let's be reminded, Father, this is not just about me sinning or not sinning. This is about me recognizing that you, O Yah, are set apart to the nth degree and beyond. You are the essence of set apartness yourself. And I must learn again to appreciate, honor, and bow before, completely and wholly before you, and acknowledge you as such. May we start that even today. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Till then, shalom.